I want to thank you for coming in to have me share with you some strategies for empowering our students, empowering our environments that deal with our students as they matriculate, navigate life. My name is Alva Amaker. I am one of my co-facilitator, Tiffany Miller Bevins, could not be here today. However, we kind of designed this tool kit and this presentation together. I am a 30-year educator. This is year 32 for me. I'm a PBIS coordinator, restorative practice facilitator, athletic director. So when I wrote this particular, and I'm also an author. My authorship is the Building Civil Sports Communities, and it's called Leading with Grace. Grace is a framework: goodwill, respect, accountability, civility, and excellence. It is the framework. When I wrote the framework, it was pretty much within looking from the lens of me being an athletic coach, being an athletic director. And Coach Miller Bevins and she also is the author. She wrote the book, The Parenting Playbook, Nurturing Children One Quarter at a Time. And that deals with the age development of a student or a child as they participate to know their level of readiness. And so oftentimes we don't put those two things together. Well, when looking at it, we're discussing things, we like, well, if we had to go larger than that, because we had to look at the fact that we wanted to be able to reject what we call fix the child paradigm. Because pretty much it's like everything, children come into a building, like right now schools are getting ready to start, and what are we thinking? That somebody's gonna come back the same way they were last year. Fix them. But is it the children are only exemplifying what they live? And how do we be able to strategically identify what they're living and how the social construct actually impacts them? It'll be funny. So with us looking at the overall scope, this is what it kind of looks like. It's fragmented. You have a student that will live, they got a classroom, they got their teachers. And I didn't even ask you who you all are, because again, based on where you are, in high school, you're in high school, middle school teachers, elementary, okay. The reason why I say that is because the construct is different. Elementary, you know, they stay with one person pretty much most of the day, other than when they go to the specials. When in their families, that is a multitude. We know that the multi-generational household is where it's currently operating. But even in that multi-generational household, it's fragmented. Who's the main voice in the house? Who are they listening to? Who are they respecting? Who are they honoring? Then you have their community that they come from. Are they their cultural community? Their social groups are here, and if they should happen to be an athlete, they're working then at that point from the athletic realm. And then what is a coach saying? If anybody has any children, or you have athletes or students that are actually athletes, they might play for multiple teams. If they're in that travel world, that's a whole nother animal versus the school team, right? So therefore, these are the systems, a part of the systems that have to come together and say, how do we help Johnny, Sally, whoever it may be? Well, I want us to kind of, before we jump into this whole ecosystem piece, I want us to think about it. I want you to reflect back. Rewind time. I want you to reflect back to think about an educator, a coach, or an adult who shaped your learning. Think back. Who was that person? What did they do that mattered so much? That mean, like, I remember her, I love her, I love him. They were like the best. What did they see in you? What did they see in you? I could go back to my third grade teacher, Miss LeBlanc. Miss LeBlanc, she was probably about this tall, but she had a powerful energy about herself, and she was just so loving all the time, and she took the time after school. She was one of those teachers that would meet you at the Boys and Girls Club outside of school on a regular basis. So anybody can remember who was that person. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a teacher, but it could be educator, adult, any adult. But share back. Let's talk. Let's be interactive a little bit. So I don't want to talk at you. I want us to talk together.
I always think about my third grade teacher as well,
Mm.
Miss Butler, and for the same reason. I saw her in school and in the community. She was intentional